Welcome to the Cagesiders. My name is Jeremy Long, along with my co-host, the coach, Angelo Reyes. Angelo?
Sporting my Las Vegas Raiders gear, buddy. Jeez. We're going to get you in the team. Don't worry.
That's all right, man. You only make me want to puke. That's it. You're a turncoat, man. You're a turncoat. That's what you are. Oakland Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders. Not even the same team, damn it.
They are the same team.
No, they're not. Well, we had a good weekend of fights. Adonis Stevenson doing his thing. He shows that he is ready for either Ward or Kovalev. Who do you think is going to... he might be ready. He might not be ready.
It's tough to say, right? Because, you know, what everybody always talks about is how he's got a one-trick pony, but that one trick is really good. He's got that left hand. And like we talked about on our podcast, the thing about having that one trick is, for the longest time, a lot of people said that about Manny Pacquiao also, and that man did a bunch of crazy things in the sport of boxing. So could Adonis Stevenson beat the winner of Ward Kovalev? I guess we'll just find out. You know, he did say that he'll fight whoever Al Heyman put in front of him, but I actually think, somebody who we've had on our show, that a good next fight for him would be Badou Jack. Badou Jack's moving up to 175. Al Heyman, you know, could put that fight together. I mean, what do you think? Badou Jack, Adonis Stevenson, then we'll see, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's separating the contenders out. I mean, obviously, we're going to get the number one contender and the champion out of Ward and Kovalev. So I think it makes sense to have Adonis and maybe Badou Jack. And we just so happened to catch up with Badou Jack not too long ago. So we may hear from him on what he has to say about those upcoming fights and everything. So I wouldn't be upset with either way.
And it's still an interesting division because Alvarez, who just beat Jean Pascal, he's the number one mandatory contender for the WBC on that fight. And, you know, in Jean Pascal, he didn't do terrible. He had Roy Jones in his corner, Roy Jones Jr. We had him on our show last week, talking about everything from him fighting Anderson Silva to Conor McGregor Mayweather. And, yeah, I know. I mean, I just think that Jean Pascal could still kind of be in the picture, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, Jean Pascal, you know, he's a good fighter, but at this point, 31-5, I believe. You know, one no decision, one no contest. I mean, but I think a gatekeeper kind of role. You know, he's not a bad fighter, not a big name outside of Canada, but in Canada, he's like a superstar. He really is. So I'm not too upset there. I mean, a majority decision loss. Yeah, it's tough to swallow at this point, but at 31-5 again, and his age. Not a whole lot of options left, but that gatekeeper, he may get a couple of lower, lesser title fights, but nothing major anymore. Not after that. 2-1-2. The era of Blessed. The Blessed era is here. Max Holloway defeats longtime kingpin Jose Aldo, and you know.
And you know what? Aldo was winning. That's what was crazy. Aldo was winning. And everybody was saying, why wasn't he throwing leg kicks? You know, gosh, I mean, it's the Blessed era, guys. What I like about Max Holloway is he just wants to scrap. So you know, you get in his face. If you don't knock him down or you don't do something dramatic in that first 2 rounds, he's gonna stay on your face and he's gonna keep coming at you and coming at you. And you know who Max reminds me of? It's like watching the Las Vegas Raiders play.
Oh my God. Just get away from me. All right. So Max Holloway, I saw an interesting stat we talked about on the podcast. He's already defeated the number 2 and 3 and 6 and 7. He's almost cleared out the division before even becoming champion. He needs to face Frankie Edgar.
That's the fight.
I think you guys convinced me that's the fight. It needs to happen in Hawaii. You know,
and Cagesiders needs to be in Hawaii.
Absolutely. The Action Channel needs to fly us to Hawaii.
That's true.
Including Valerie Reynolds. She needs to book our tickets to Hawaii. Absolutely. We should be there. And, you know, honestly, I'm so happy for the guy.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about a guy who, you know, he's 25. He's a very young guy.
Crazy, right?
And you know, just a few fights ago, he lost to Conor McGregor.
Yep.
You know, but he's a different fighter.
Different fighter now.
Totally different fighter than he was back then, and I can't wait to see what he does in this new era.
It's the Blessed era. The Blessed era of MMA at 145. It's exciting.
So speaking of UFC, a little bit more action happening.
Big news this week.
DJ going against everyone and everything. Do you agree? Very quickly, do you agree? Do you not agree?
It's hard, right? I mean, like, we don't know we don't know the whole story.
Nope.
We know what DJ said, so it's hard to not believe what he's saying. You know, if everything that Demetrius Johnson is saying is 100% true, I'd like to hear what the other side is. Also, it is a business. But at the end of the day, man, Jeremy, you know, DJ's got to look out for DJ. You know, like he said, his legacy are the 2 kids on the back seat of his car. That's who his legacy is. Doesn't care about what anyone else thinks. And I like fighters getting paid. So pay the man.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, I like it. I think we'll talk a little bit about it a little further in the show. But, you know, stay with us. After the break, we're going to have a little bit more, right? We're going to talk to some local fighters. We're going to talk to some presidents. That's what we do here on the Cagesiders. Stay with us. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Cagesiders. I'm Jeremy Long, along with my co-host, Angelo Reyes. We're joined in studio by very, very special guest, Mr. Andrew Simon from AXS TV.
Thank you
President,
so much.
mover and shaker of all things.
All things of everything.
TV.
Wrestling, MMA,
Combat
Muay Thai,
sports of all kinds.
boxing, art, name it.
Art.
The man does it all.
Fast food, everything. He does it all.
Damn,
Thank
fast
you so
food.
much.
I know. I better sit up straight.
Me
No,
too.
there we go.
I'm
Thank you
bulked
for
up,
having
man.
me, guys.
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you so
finally,
much.
right? You know how hard it is to book this man to get on the Cagesiders, and now we got him.
I'm sure-
He flew all the way here just for us.
I'm
dude.
sure it's as hard as getting you to talk quietly. I'm sure that's what it is, right?
Damn. No, I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me on this nice cool day here in the studio. A good 120 degrees. I
It's
see.
130 degrees.
You guys
in
paid
here.
the AC bill. It's awesome here. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank
We
you.
don't have that nice access budget.
Oh damn. Oh damn.
We don't have it yet.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
putting him on spot. We're going to be joining AXS TV very soon. So, you know, of course, you guys do, you know, everything from pro wrestling to, Muay Thai. Well, of course, our good friend Scott Kennett, Lion Fight and everything else. So, you know, a little bit, just a preview of what you guys have going on in the near future. Of course, with Legacy and all these groups coming up.
So, you know, the big thing we have going on right now is Legacy Fighting Alliance. We're doing 30 shows with them this year on AXS TV. That was the combination of Resurrection Fighting Alliance with Ed Suarez.
Right.
And then we combined that with Mick Maynard over at Legacy. And Mick, as we know, is the matchmaker at UFC. So they combined to make probably one of the largest organizations in the world. And they're doing 30 fights this year on the network. They're the gateway to the UFC. 100 fighters have gone from the Legacy RFA combination to the UFC.
Right.
Top of that, we have Lion Fight Muay Thai, as you guys well know. We just had Lord Sela come to town and head kick a guy into oblivion, which might have been one of the scariest things you've ever seen if you watch that. On top of that, CES MMA out of Rhode Island. And then the big news coming up July 1st over in Long Beach for the first time in 45 years. New Japan Pro Wrestling is coming to the United States. So
I know you're excited about that, dude.
Darn excited
That's
about
cool,
that.
right?
So 1 week I don't wear my Bullet Club shirt.
I know, right? What
I'm
is that?
so upset
we'll
about
get you
that.
some good merch. We got good merch coming to the United
got
States.
it on record.
We got it. We got it. Kenny Omega shirts. You're going to get Okada shirts, whatever you want on the house.
That's awesome.
there you
Thank
go.
you, man.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I'm excited about this next LFA because I heard Sage Northcutt's sister, Andrew, is going to be on that. So, talk
Colby.
to us.
Colby
right?
Northcutt.
Talk to us about, because I know you're the type of president who, even though you're in the background, you like to know the talent. You like to know who's coming in. So, tell us about the sister of Sage Northcutt, Colby.
Well, you know, it's a big, big fight, you know, coming up on the network. That show, we have 2 championship fights, and on top of that, you know, Sage is everybody's favorite Backstreet Boy to pick on in mixed martial arts. The guy might be the nicest guy in mixed martial arts. You take a look, he's good looking, he's well spoken, he's good with the kids, and on top of that, just genuinely, yes sir, no sir, yes he's just the nicest guy. Now his sister's coming to the network. Don't know that much about her because we haven't had her fight yet. It's her professional debut, I believe, on the network. And, you know, it should be pretty impressive. It should be pretty impressive to see what Colby has to offer. But clearly the Northcutt family has good genes, and hopefully it's a good fight.
Well, I know what I like about what Legacy's always done is they always produce these great talents. And when it comes to female talent, I mean, champ of the world, Holly Holm, came from Legacy, and there's Mackenzie Dern right now. Any Mackenzie Dern news coming up? Or
You know, we had Mackenzie. She's fought for us a couple times. Clearly, a couple issues on weight. She missed weight twice on the network. Right. She everything I'm hearing, she's wanting to compete more in grappling in the short term.
Okay.
We were supposed to have her fight this summer along with going to fight for us this summer, and we were trying to see if we could do KGB Lee and Mackenzie Dern, but Mackenzie is doing some grappling, and then hopefully is going to fight for us in October, it looks like.
Okay, so now do you think, when we're talking about, like, here's Legacy, and it's not the UFC, but I know you tend to make great matches, like when Drysdale fought, I'm going to mess up his name. It was for the title.
Ryan Spann?
Yes, thank you.
My good buddy Ryan Spann. Love you, buddy.
Thank you. So can the Mackenzie Dern, KGB Lee be put together, you know, from your perspective? Can that fight actually happen? Because that'd be a main event, exciting fight to see. And it is kind of like a Drysdale versus a Spann, because I don't know what would happen in a fight like that. So what do you think, Mr. President?
It's like an Adahulatan Mackenzie Dern. I mean, we could do anything. I mean, we're open to it. It's all up to the fighters. Mackenzie clearly is being groomed for the UFC. That she would show up there one day. But, you know, I think the key thing for her now is the grappling. I think she has some world records in mind that she wants to get in the grappling side. Then ultimately, I think she wants to make it to the UFC. But I think first she has to make weight a couple times before they're going to take a look. Because, I mean, again, I'm not a professional fighter, but there's nothing that would piss me off more than cutting weight and seeing somebody else who didn't cut it. It's just not professional in my book.
Right.
Now, see how I love having Andrew on, because he doesn't pull any punches, man. He'll say it out of this. Make the weight, Mackenzie.
It's like going to a TV show. You show up on time, right? You're here on time. If you're going to fight, you make the weight.
Right.
I think I was late today. Sorry. Sorry. Unprofessional. Very unprofessional. But yeah, I mean, KGB Lee, you know, a young lady that I covered in the amateurs.
Yeah.
Of course, you mentioned Ryan Spann, who's from my hometown. But, you know, very exciting fights. Now, I want to ask you, you know, AXS TV was one of the first networks to really embrace MMA combat sports outside of the UFC.
Correct.
Now, what keeps that going for you guys? Now, you've made that an integral part of your day-to-day business and everything. Of course, with live concerts and events and things like that. But what keeps that going for AXS TV?
You know, we're doing 44 live events on the network in mixed martial arts this year and Muay Thai. And it's just been a passion, you know, from the beginning. Mark Cuban, we started this in 2004, WEC.
Right.
Basically, any promotion of any substance has come through our network, from the Afflictions to the IFLs to the WECs to Strike Force, Pro Elite, Glory, K1 Max, and Goku, Dream. We've had over 55 promotions on our network over the last 10 years. And it's just something ingrained in our blood. We love what we do, and you know, we're about to have a big transition. As you guys know, Michael Chavello left the network. And we're coming back with Ron Krutz. Michael, we brought him in 2009. We pulled him from K1, where we started working with him in Japan, and said, this is a guy we got to bring to America. So I'm about to make a big change going from Michael to Ron, and it's just what we love to do. We love what we do. So that's the short answer.
And it really shows, right? I mean, you know, this guy travels to every single one of their events, and it doesn't matter what the event is. I'm wondering if you could tell us, is there any new leagues that you're thinking about maybe joining AXS or anything like that?
Maybe the only question is we might be looking at a drop of boxing. That could be
really?
Maybe the next. I'm taking a look, and you know, we were in the boxing game before. And I'm just starting to talk to people again about, is it the time to get back in? I know Premier did their thing. Paid to be on a lot of networks, and the question really is, what should we be doing if we were to go into the boxing world?
Wow, now it's part of the reason why you're thinking boxing, because 2017 is having such a great year.
Man, that Joshua Klitschko fight was great.
Crazy, right?
And obviously our friend from Dallas, where Mark lives, takes a championship, and we have Triple G coming up, which I think Triple G, I think that's an easy fight for him. I'm on air and say Triple G,
Easy money?
Easy money. Andrew Simon says easy money.
Hey, I was on Junkie Radio a few days ago, and they asked me for a parlay, four-fighter parlay hit. Triple G's easy money.
Okay, all right. Wow, look at that. All right.
Go for it.
All right. Now, will you be here to watch that, or you'll probably be out somewhere doing AXS?
I'd like to be at the fight.
Yeah, that'd be cool, right?
It's going to happen in news drop this week. It's going to be right here at T-Mobile Center. Or T-Mobile Arena, excuse me, right here in Las Vegas. So Andrew, thank you so much for joining us, man. We appreciate all the news, all the goings-on, and everything else. So, stay with us. After the break, we're going to have a little bit more from the Cagesiders. Stick around.
Welcome back, Cagesider fans, and right here with me are two of our very best amateur prospects training right here in Las Vegas. They're going to be fighting at the Tuff-N-Uff event, Pack the Mack. You get your tickets for free. You should definitely get in there. 20,000 people will come. So we have Cody, Christmas smoked, honey glazed ham
sandwich.
We haven't figured out his nickname yet, and we have Serena, the Southpaw Outlaw, DeJesus fighting. So this is exciting, guys. I'm glad you guys are both here. We love Tuff-N-Uff. We love, Cagesiders. We really love pumping out our locals. So I know you're coming off of a win.
Yeah, thank you.
Which is great. And Serena, for you, 4-1, tough fight on your last Tuff-N-Uff, but I know you're ready to go this time around.
Yeah, for sure.
Talk to us about this next fight and what it'll mean for you to get back in there coming off of that last fight.
This is going to be a lot for me getting back into this fight. I've been training hard. I took a little time off after my last fight, and I got back in there, worked on my holes I need to work on, and gained some serious muscle. Like, looking back at my old weigh-in photos, I look so small compared to what I look now. Now I got the gains for days. But anyways, I've been working on everything, movement with my coach, John Wood. I train out of Syndicate MMA, working with my friends, Roxanne Modafferi, Jamie Moyle, Khalil Roundtree, all the top dogs there. My team is awesome. I've been working real hard, and I'm excited for this fight. Girl I'm fighting is from MMA Gold. She's from somewhere in California. Who cares? But yeah, I'm hoping to have her catch these hands like she catches the bus.
Yeah, no, I know that she's pretty experienced too, because she's already fought people like Cynthia Calvillo when Cynthia was in amateurs. But let's talk about you and training with someone like Roxanne Modafferi, who I just saw at the Ultimate Fighter tryouts, and Jamie Moyle, who's a Vegas favorite around here, and she's a Tuff-N-Uff alumni. How does that really increase your game? Because I'm always curious with pros versus amateurs, because you guys only fight 2-minute rounds versus they're fighting a 5-minute round. Do you have to make a lot of adjustments? Are you fighting 5-minute rounds with them? What's that training like?
Well, I always do 5 minutes at the gym, but back home where I used to live, Philadelphia. Yes, Philadelphia, born and raised. Anybody sing that song, though, I'll kick you. But yeah, I used to do 3s. I was fine with 5s there too. So this really isn't any change for me. My cardio is always tip top, and I still hit hard like a Mack truck regardless. So I see no problems. They help me fix my holes in my games, like the pros. They notice what I'm doing, like any ground game stuff I need to work on. I always go to Roxy because she's like the grappling queen, in my opinion. So I went from, in 2014, her tossing me around like a rag doll and choked me out. Now I'm just like defending. Like, nope, can't go there. Nope, stay away. And then she's like, again, like, I can't choke you out at all. I'm like, that's what the goal is supposed to be.
Wow. Well, I know 4-1 as a record, and you hit hard with the hands. Cody, you coming off of a win, man. That was awesome at Mesquite, right?
Thank you.
Tell us what that felt like, because I know the last time we had you on the show, we were thinking, he's going to win.
Yeah.
Didn't get the decision.
I
thought it was close, though.
Yeah.
I could have made the argument for you winning, but
thank you.
Talk about, getting back on the horse, getting this win, and then now fighting for the title.
I came back. I talked to my corner. I came back with a vengeance, man. I really wanted just to dial down and like, all right, let's go and get this weight cut in. Let's actually give this a shot as far as like the nutrition stuff. I cut out like bread, white carbs and stuff, and started eating really clean. And that's why I got down to 145 so easily. I feel good, feel strong, I feel fast, a lot faster than I did before. And I don't know, after every round I was like pacing back and forth in between rounds for this past fight I had, and I was still feeling fresh, ready to go. And man, I feel great. I feel great, man. I had about 48 hours after the fight to do whatever I wanted to do. Then it's like right back to work because I found out going for the title. And,
wow.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. Well, I hope us talking about it on Cagesiders, because we were, when we heard about it, we were like, come on, Jeff Meyer, give him a title shot. So I hope that helped. Now, the guy you're fighting, he's part of the Twin Dragons, they call them, the Kim brothers. I think it's Josh Kim that you're fighting.
Kim.
And from what I understand, what is he? He's 10 wins, 1 loss?
10 wins, 1 loss. He's a very good and tricky striker. He's really good at switching stances and good at setting up. So, game plan. We got the game plan. I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
Yeah. But we got some game plans set up just because we've been looking at his style and see how he switches up when he switches up, and all that good stuff. So I feel really prepared for this fight, and I'm ready to take that title.
Cool. And I know for you, I mean, Serena, you're super into going into this next match. For me, I think what's inspiring is that you, from what I understand, you have Asperger's, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're a big hero to everyone who maybe believes, hey, if you have autism, you can't quite do martial arts. But here you are, 4-1,
Yeah.
rocking and rolling. And what kind of message would you want to say to everyone who's dealing with what you have, moving forward, and maybe who want to be a mixed martial artist like yourself?
You can do it. It's gonna be a little tough. There are some days that I honestly want to ball up because I got light and noise sensitivity. It kind of hurts. It feels bad, but you got to push through. Life doesn't really always give you a second shot with things, so push as hard as you can and keep going with it, and success will come your way. You just got to keep trying and get up, even if you have to dust yourself off a little bit. Like Aaliyah said, dust yourself off and try again. So that's all you got to do, and just keep the faith. That's all you got to do.
That's awesome. Well, thank you both for being here in studio, joining us at Cagesiders. And Cagesider fans, please go to Tuff-N-Uff. Go to Pack the Mack. Let's help pack it out. Let's get like 17, 18,000 people in there. Root for these two people, because you know what we say, Cagesiders. If you go to the show and you're a guest, you're gonna win. So stick around. We'll have more at the Cagesiders.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Cagesiders. Jeremy Long, along with the coach, Angelo Reyes. Angelo, I want to talk to you a little bit more about this DJ situation with Dana White.
Okay.
Is he
Hit
worth,
me with it,
okay,
Daddy.
Is he worth the money that he's talking about?
Oh, man. Why you got to ask me questions like that? The market is driven based upon what the people want. It's okay. Here's my boxing parallel to it. Chocolatito, who can arguably, before he lost, was pound for pound the best fighter that we had in boxing. And at 115, he wasn't drawing so much attention that he could garner his own pay-per-view.
So how much weight should they really put into the pound for pound?
Oh, man, you're killing me.
Really? Look right here and tell these people.
Look, here's my whole thing. I like Demetrius Johnson. I do believe he's pound for pound the best fighter in the world right now. He smokes everyone. He's exciting. Pay the man his money, but let's get somebody to negotiate.
You are such a come on, man. That's bull. You're saying he's not worth the money, but you're saying pay the man.
Totally worth the money,
no,
dude.
He's not.
But maybe not when you're asking. I don't know.
Yeah. Debate that online. Hit him up. Reyes striking on Twitter. Gripe him out. I'm going to let you know right now. Pack the Mack, June 17th. Yeah. Pack the Mack. Tough-N-Uff. I can't wait. Thomas and Mack Center. We're going to have a lot of fun. Cody Hamm, Serena
DeJesus, the Southpaw Outlaw.
There you go. For everyone here at the Action Channel, I want to thank you so much for joining us. Everyone here at the Cagesiders. Mike, Valerie, who's flying us to Hawaii. Oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh, Rick and Jed and everyone else. We thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned. Every Friday, 7 a.m., 6 p.m. right here in the Action Channel. We have a new episode of the Cagesiders. We'll see you next week.
Why would you ask me that?